Hi, my name's Greg Ashe. I look after Glencore's zinc assets here in Australia. Glencore is one of the world's biggest, largest natural resource companies in the world. We currently produce and/or market probably close to 90 different commodities. We have about 160,000 people at 150 different sites in more than 50 countries around the world. After arriving here in the role in January of 2014 and looking at our health and safety and what we're doing here in the business here in Australia, I noticed that our recordable injury frequency and our severe injuries had really stalled. When you looked at that, we had the right systems, processes, all that stuff was in place. But what it looked like to me is that we needed to do a lot more work on the behavioral side of things. And with that, we needed to find out exactly what our safety culture was. It first and foremost, it starts with the right people. Okay, having the people that can connect with people at our sites, making it real, making it so that it's personal. So to me, that's the big thing in terms of right people, right place. But then the other part of it is making sure that you're listening to the idiosyncrasies or the various differences within sites, and then the flexibility to change your program based on what you've seen. I think one of the good things about what Sentis was able to offer was the right people at the right time that connected with our site champions and were able to demonstrate, this is something that we would like to take on. We live in a very fast-paced world, and everyone's got a full plate. And so when we're asking people to take something off that plate to put something on, people need to be convinced it's the right thing to do. If you look at today, where we are vis-a-vis 3 years ago in January of 2014, one of the things that's very, very noticeable for us is in the area of reporting hazards. One of the things that when we started this process, there was a definite fear of reporting. And I think we're on the process of overcoming that. But what you can see today is that our HPRI reporting has increased. And the good news in that is that most of the HPRIs actually don't involve a serious injury. Most of them are close calls. But we can't fix what we don't know. And so when we know about them, then we can actually do something about it. So this goes back to that listening part. If people are going to come to us with hazard reporting or whatever, we need to do something about it. What we've seen from a cultural perspective is this transition with regard to reporting stuff, doing something about it, and trying not to repeat the mistakes of the past. There are a lot of other things that go into it, but today, and again, it's a lagging indicator, but our severity rate is the lowest it's ever been in the history of our operations. We have the lowest severity, accident rate, or whatever you want to call it, within all of Glencore's Australian zinc business. Within the global Glencore zinc business right now, it's 4 times, our severity rate's actually 4 times lower than anybody else. So those are an indication that we're trending in the right direction. I think the next thing for me as a senior manager will be the peer-on-peer. When a peer working with another peer will be able to go to him and say, listen, do you know that that's probably not the right thing to do? Maybe there's a better way to doing it. Because when we first started here, that conversation would never have happened. So we're progressing. If there's one thing that we need to continuously improve, it's in the health and safety area. So we're on this journey where we need to constantly have our people focused on doing the right things. As an organization that has helped us on our journey, more than happy to recommend Sentis.